Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I would like to talk to you in this video about a big problem that I see, or ask questions regarding an issue, an important issue that I cannot help noticing. And I've been noticing it since I've immigrated and lived constantly in the United States of America, continuously. And I found a society, and this is not, let's make a disclaimer for the imbeciles. I'm sorry I have to get you through this. I do not intend to insult anybody. That's not my intention. I'm not an expert, medical expert. I don't have a degree in any medical schools or anything like that. I just want to ask questions. I'm not going to provide solutions because I'm not a medic. But this is what I noticed when I came to the United States of America as an immigrant from a country called Romania. And I compared the adults and the children, my upbringing over there, to these guys here where I live right now, in the greatest country on this planet. I love it, that's why I'm here. Otherwise, I would be somewhere else, probably. So, I noticed that this population, and this is just my observation, could be very, very off. A lot of people take pills, from children to adults, more than I ever encountered where I come from. Some people say it's because these guys the health system works fantastically and they diagnose the problem early and they prevent it, so they give you all that. I don't know, my observation. As a child, I found, and I have here some statistics that will provide you, and some questions regarding those statistics, regarding ADHD, regarding autism, regarding cancer, things like this. And why is that more prevalent in certain areas and not in others? So as a child, I haven't met an autistic person or a person with ADHD. Now they tell us that this is just because medicine evolved and there were different methods to figure out who's who, what's what, and diagnose people accordingly and prevent it and provide health care. Okay. Is there any correlation, I ask, between what we eat and how the food attaches to our, I don't know, how do you call those, genes? DNA, and then it's transmitted to the children and grandchildren, therefore they can interact. My thing is, when you go to a medic here, they ask you, what do you eat? Do you eat fat? Do you eat sugar? How often? Do you exercise? None of these medics, zero that I met, maybe you know people like this, ask you, what's in that steak that you eat? How is it produced? Okay, let's say you drink this kind of drink. What kind of, corn syrup, fructose, whatever is used to make it sweet, where is it coming from? Was it genetically modified? And what's in it? Is that a growth hormone in the beef that you're eating, the steak? No, they don't talk about that at all. At all. And the American Medical Association seems to be very uninterested in that. I know why, but I can't say it here. I mean, if we all be healthy, they will have no jobs, for instance. I know it's crude, but it's not intended to insult anybody. I don't want to insult anybody. So, I noticed I worked with children for more than a decade in the United States of America. And I found so many people with autism and with ADHD and all, attention deficit disorder and so on. Or the opposition and authority opposition and disorder, all these things. I tell you what happened in Romania when you were not paying attention in class, or you were restless, or you were doing something else or something, you know what I mean? Or whatever, looking at the girls sending little notes, see you and so on. You got smacked and then you were over there. I've been through the Romanian system from the 1st to the 8th grade with Romanians. I haven't met one incident in all the peers I was playing soccer with, going in the in the schoolyard, playing outside of the school, then in the high school at all, in college, and then it came the free world with a new food brought from the Western good food in Romania. Now, let me show you the article that made me say, okay, I'm going to make a video on this one. I want to talk about it. Colorectal cancer is surging in young people worldwide. Study finds experts say growing economies and Western lifestyles may be to blame. I guarantee you in this right here, I didn't read it, not the, all right? Western lifestyles. All right, let's see. The risk of colorectal cancer among young people is a global phenomenon. According to the new study, I would look to what they eat, what's in their food. Why? I compared with the past. I heard some people say that in the 1970s, the intake of calories and whatever people were eating were more fat things. It's the same way, and they were slimmer. Go and look at the beaches and see them how they looked. Now you see beach whales everywhere. So what's changed? Technology? We're not told a lot of things. And the media operators, I think they're cooperating big time. So, according to the new study, while the increase in the number of Americans under 50 being diagnosed with the disease has been reported for a few years, new research published on December 11 in the Journal of Lancet Oncology demonstrates how the pattern is spreading beyond the US. Is it because of the food spreads beyond the US and other wealthy Western nations? Wealth itself may be a critical factor, we eat better supposedly, to the rising rates of colorectal cancer. What a study found, rates of colorectal cancer diagnosed in a people between 25 and 48 rose over the past years in 27 out of 50 countries in American Central Society Research gathered data on. And they tell us here that New Zealand, Chile, Puerto Rico, England, and the US were more than 20,000 under 50s diagnosed each year. The number of early onset cases is rising by 2.13%. All right. Well, how the rise in colorectal cancers has spread with westernization. They will not tell us about what we eat. We're going to say maybe we eat more, drink more alcohol, fatty things, but not how was that beef, the pig, the cow, the whatever you eat was raised, whatever you call it. That's one. I heard that corn is the first or the second most modified, genetically modified, whatever it is in the world, grain. And that's used for ethanol, to corn syrup, to everywhere you find corn. Where is that coming from? Who modified it? All right, so that's the first one. The second one, I was trying to look at the ADHD. To understand the prevalence of ADHD in the population, consider the following points. ADHD affects approximately 5 to 10% of the children worldwide. That means that if I meet 100 children in my childhood, I should have met, let's say, at least 7 as an average between, let's say, 5 and 10. So I should have met, right? Between, 1%, let's put it this, 1 in 10. If it's 10%, 1 in 10. So in my classroom, we were 36 children. I should have met at least 3 or around between 2 and 3 with ADHD. I never met one. Was I lucky? Here, on the other hand, I worked with this kind of unfortunate and so on. All right, the prevalence in adults, again, is estimated to be around 2.5 to 5%, but it's going to be rising because of these guys. So that means, again, I should have met one guy over there, I don't know, half of a guy over there, something. 1 in 10, let's say half, 1 in 20. I never met any over there. ADHD is the most commonly diagnosed in males and females with a ratio of about 2.1 to 3.1. Rates of diagnosis have increased in recent years, partly due to greater awareness. So they gave us the answer. It's not because, hey, why? It's because we detected earlier. We are aware at a lower age. That's why but I told you I was in Romania, smack, and you were an angel. I don't know And it says ADHD often co-occurs with other conditions such as anxiety and depression. As a child, you're depressed? And yes, I know depression is a big thing. Is it because you are fed a certain kind of reality and actually you are much lower? Like a lot of women are depressed because they watch all kind of videos and movies, movies and shows where they see the so-called the middle class to a certain standard and they think, I'm not like that, I'm a middle class. No. That's not middle class. They tell you are, you're not. Watch movies when you see a person, a woman comes from the office, dressed very nice with this dress or skirt and so on, with high heel shoes, very nice, pop. These are signals the women watching get it. And the woman comes home and then she just starts making food, and then as she is, with dressed like beautiful, with all that, makes food, but they don't show you. Just cut something and then they show the family to the table. Everything nice and no, that's not how it is. That's not how it is. And she's also dressed nice. Everybody is in good mood and they have wine glasses and everything. The table is set beautiful. And the women and men look at it and say, oh my God, that's the lifestyle of an average American. It's not. Cannot be. So then you're depressed because you think, why am I not there? I'm making $80,000 a year, let's say. Okay, I should be a middle class somewhere. And my husband or my wife makes the same amount. No. All right. Let's go to the next statistics here. Autism, statistics and facts. 1 in 35 children. That means I should have met one autistic child in my classroom between the first grade to the 8th grade or to the high school. I never met one. Or around the school. In the US have autism, up from a previous rate of 1 in 44. 1 in 45 adults in the US have autism. In the US, about 4 in 100 boys and 1 in 100 girls have autism. Right there. Between these guys are whites 2.4, blacks 2.9, Hispanic pop, Asian pop. Now, why is that? I tell you what we had when we were in Romania. In the communist Romania, there were special schools for people who were children who were a bit, let's put it nicely, slower. Okay? That's how we call them. I mean, slower. Okay, they were slower. But those classes, if you bring those in the population, that was one school in the whole city. And those people had not autism or they were just, could not function. We had this in the classroom. I had 2 children like that coming in and they would not perform. They would not get it. Not developed enough at that time. They were not like, don't touch me, or I'm in the corner or something, or I'm playing all the time. No, they were fixed with that one. I told you, the ADHD I'm talking about. I'm not here to insult anybody. I'm not providing solutions. I just ask questions. Next one. Let's go to the next article. Cancer. World Population Review. The top 10 countries with highest cancer rates per 100,000 population. Australia, New Zealand, Denmark, this is cancer. United States, 367. Norway, Canada. What do you see here? All these countries are in the Western world. They eat better. Why? Western lifestyle. This is what I think I eat. Why? I know, I'm getting older. My metabolism has changed. As an adult, other things change. But here, if I would eat the way I would like to eat, and I used to eat over there, younger, right? I would get 300 pounds in about a month and a half. I'm not kidding you. I gain 20 pounds over the Christmas. 20 pounds usually. Now I look good. Why? Because I took care of certain things. And then from about January or February to about May, June, I work hard, don't eat, do all kind of things, eat once a day and so on, and I drop almost 15 to 20 pounds. I get back to that for about 3 months in the summer. So, when you go to the beach, you don't look well. And then again, and again. So if I like to eat regular food, 3 meals, I don't eat 3 meals a day, I eat once a day. Once. And the rest is in the morning, a coffee, which is milk with instant coffee, no sugar, because, okay, that's all I do. And sometimes how do you call those, sunflower seeds or something like this, just to kill and some wine sometime. I mean, most of the time. Okay, that's it, but not a lot of wine. Yes, it has sugar. What I'm trying to say is if I would eat as a normal person, as my body wants, my appetite, I will get 200 kilograms just like that. So again, why is that? Let's see the ranking obesity per country. And here we have these guys right here. For children, you got Tonga, Samoa, Bangaloba, these guys. In Romania, 38, 37 right here. How in the hell these guys are having this? 38, 37. Hungary, 36, 40 some. How is that possible? I remember when I was a child and under the communist system, there were now, the cities obese. Everybody knew that person. Yeah, after a certain age, about let's say 60, men got a little belly. Not like, like a whale, like you see here. Unnatural deposits of fat. I couldn't believe when I walked in the malls here, other places, look at people, and I was like, I couldn't believe that a human being can get that shape. I'm not here to insult again. I'm sorry. So what could that be? Do you think that, talking about cancer, do you think that, for instance, all this low or high frequency, communication has an impact on our organs? They say no. But if you stay by a microwave, yeah. You have the phones all the time. How many things go through us? What do we eat? And why are we not allowed to have the guys who provide us with the food with a whole list of what's in that? They're not. They give you this list. In Europe, they give you this list, a little bit bigger. But the list is like this. Why is that? Are they hiding something? And then you have these medics who tell you, oh, you need more exercise. I've been to the medic a few days ago, and I've been told, well, what are you doing with your cholesterol? I mean, they tried with the thyroid and then the cholesterol. You're not exercising. What are you eating? You change your eating. Blah, 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 blah. I was not, clinical or anything like this. And I said, no, I'm doing the same thing. Moreover, I'm practicing more. I eat no food, no fat food. I drink wine, for cholesterol lowering, red wine, okay? So what's going on? His answer was, and I'm not here to bash him, maybe it's genetical. Fuck me, Freddy. It's like the Bible. When something doesn't make sense, he works in mysterious ways. You will not be able to understand it. The same here. Maybe it's genetical. Just like this? Yeah, just like this. the age. So he tried with all kind of things. Maybe you don't exercise. Maybe you eat too much fat. Maybe you eat too much sugar. None of this. I exercise. Besides, I exercise every day. If I don't walk, I go biking. If I don't go bike, I do other things. I always exercise. And you have a deficiency of vitamin D. How in the fuck I have a deficiency of vitamin D when I'm at least 3 hours a day outside? And you're not. I mean, if I am sick, who else is sick here? All of these guys are sick. I guarantee you I'm outside. The only people that are more outside than I am is the construction workers, I think. The surveyors and all those guys. But other than that, everybody else in the fucking offices, in the basement, in the houses, have less exposure to the sun, vitamin D, in order to... and I said, if I am a problem, it's genetical. No, I don't believe so. All right, my friends, here it is. What's going on? They will not tell us. Well, I hope that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will be allowed to open some doors and some awareness regarding what's going on to us. I eat less, I exercise more, and I'm getting fat. You tell me, is my metabolism now? Metabolism is also dictated by your physical activity. I'm active. No. It's your age. But age is slowing the metabolism and so on. Oh, developments maybe in your thyroid. Okay, give me the fucking pills. Let's fix that, right? And who's making the money? I think the same guys who don't want you to know what you eat. Remember, our food tastes like food, looks like food, smells like food. I don't think it has the quality of food. I read an article, I don't know, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, about a banana. I think it was potassium in a banana. And the potassium nutrient right now of a banana is, I think, 1/3 of the 40 years banana. The same thing with an apple. That means for an apple that you ate for the nutrients 40 years or 50 years ago, you have to eat like 4 apples. Remember, all these guys are modified. If you look at the banana, we, the Europeans, changed that. Look at how the banana really looked in wild. Not the ones that you eat right now. Look at watermelon. We modify that for you all, but we owe you something. You know what I mean? All right. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.